I'm pleased to be here.
Listen, let's talk about T-Rex. How did you sort of become a famous pop star?
I don't know, really. It's been 4 years. I don't really remember. One day we just put out Ride a White Swan, and got about 30 in the charts. We went on television, and it was #1 the next week. And since then, it's been a golden trail of success.
Listen, when did you first get interested in music?
When I was about 9, I think.
Yes. But when did you really did you get a group together when you were in your early teens or whatever?
Yeah, I goofed about when I was a kid on a guitar, but not too much. I mean, I didn't really start playing seriously until I was 17, and I was more into writing then. I made my first record when I was 17. Still 17. Okay. No, I'm 26 now, in fact, a couple of weeks ago. But we got some presents, actually, from Australia, so thank you, babies. I suppose after Ride a White Swan, I really got, really into music.
I guess everyone asks you this, but, I guess you were influenced by just about everyone in those days, were you?
No.
Oh, sorry. No, who were you influenced by?
Only guitar-wise, I suppose song-wise, Bob Dylan would have been an influence on me. And guitar-wise, fortunately, I knew both people, which helped, which is Jimi Hendrix and Eric Clapton, were the two guitar players who influenced me for a while, and after that, no one really.
What's the story behind Hot Love?
The recording of it was, what we did, I went in the studio with a rough idea of a song, and I decided, at that point, it was only me and Mickey, you see, so I got in a drummer, and we just sort of tried it out. It didn't really work properly, and I got in a bass player, and it sounded really good, and we did it, and Howard and Mark, who were in the Mothers of Invention, who are now Flo and Eddie, and were the Turtles, were in town, and I put them on the backing track, and then I put strings on it, and I put it out, and as I said, did 14 million, just like #1, 2 days.
Tonight, my guest on 2FM is Marc Bolan. But Clive, do anything else besides music?
I did millions of things. I acted at the National Theatre. I was a model. I used to wash dishes. I worked in a wimpy bar. And I used to work on a fruit stall. Okay.
Why?
I used to be a busker on the streets. And I've done many other things.
Never were a cab driver?
No, I can't drive. I've got dead set 5 cars, but I can't drive.
What kind of cars you got?
I had a Ferrari till it got totaled. I've got a Rolls-Royce Jag. A couple of other ones.
Yeah.
Can't remember.
What's the story around Get It On, mate?
We did that in Los Angeles, in a place called Wally Hyder's recording studio. And I had the song for about 2 months. And I wanted to record Little Queenie, that Chuck Berry song, And we recorded that, and I didn't like it. So I sat there and thought, how can I change it without it sounding like Little Queenie, And I wrote Get It On, which in reality doesn't sound that much like it. But it should have done. I didn't do a good job of copying it, really. And we just worked it, and I took it back to London and finished it off, And I put a guy who used to be in King Crimson on saxophone, called Ian McDonald, who's very good. And I put him on it. And that's Bob Bolan on 2SM with Robbo. You know him, don't you?
When did you feel as though you were starting to achieve something out of writing?
I wasn't aware that I did. No, I got personal satisfaction out of it. I think it was when I wrote a song called Juniper Suction. I wrote it in the toilet, funny enough. That was one of the first songs, and that was on my second album. I really thought I was beginning to get somewhere.
What does Marc Bolan want to be doing in over 10 years?
He hopes to be alive still. That's about all I can say, really.
Do you have problems staying alive?
Yes.
Why?
It'd be hard to explain. I mean, the pressure of work, it's so tough at the top thing, isn't it? No, I mean, I'll probably be... I'm already starting directing films. I directed the one with Ringo. I'm forming a new label. I'm producing 5 artists next year.
Okay, let's go on to Metal Guru,
Metal Guru is the same story as Get It On, really. We did it a bit later. A year and a half later, but that was Howard and Mark and that one. We did that in France. Place called the Chateau. We did it there.
Together?
No, darling, we're very close.
Okay, man. Telegram Sam.
Telegram Sam was cut in Copenhagen. I wrote it in New York, and it's about a friend of mine who does little services for me occasionally, and there's a couple of lines in it, like, Bobby's all right, he's a natural-born poet, he's just out of sight, and that's Bobby Dylan, if anyone doesn't know. I thought it would have been very obvious. No one ever twigged that, you know? That it was Bob Dylan. Funny, that.
72 of March, Mark, Jeepster.
Shouldn't have been released, because I'd left that company then, for a start. But the story behind Jeepster, that was done for the Electric Warrior album, right? We did that in New York, in the studio that Paul Simon did the box set. And all that, those bits, dun, 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 gong, gong, is me banging on the floor. It had a wooden floor, so it was a cathedral, you know? So it's got me a bit of tap dancing on it. Bolan on 2SM was Robbo. You know him, don't you?
It's good to see the entertainment thing back on stage, Mark. You know, a couple of years ago, cats used to get up there and sort of do nothing.
Yeah, I think it's the same over. It's been 3 years in England now. But, I mean, there was a slow... It's still very slow in America, man. I mean, you'd be surprised. You seem to be ahead of the Americans on the acceptance thing. Back in the States, we're still very much an album group. I mean, they scream and make a noise, but they're still more reserved than you'd imagine, you know. Whereas I get the impression from the way the shows are going and the way the thing feels that they're going to be quite, you know, I expect an audience to go crazy, you know.
Okay, Mark, thanks very much for talking with us tonight, and all the very best for your Australian tour.
Thank you very much, and if it's nice, we'll come back. If it's not, we'll come back anyway.